township where we are using the power, and here we are generating the power. So this is the generating station and this is the township here. These two connected with say cable of two wire system. Distance is 50 km multiplied by 2. So you can say overall length of this wire is 30 km and the resistance here is 0.5 ohm per kilometer. So total resistance of this wire is 15 ohms. Here 4000 volt by 220 volt. This is the step down transformer here. Step down transformer. We have to find out the rating of this transformer at the generating station. 440 volt we are generating. So power is 800 kilowatt. 800 kilowatt power we require here at the township. We have to find out the loss in the transmission. We have to find out the loss in the transmission. So here current can be taken as this is called line current. It is called the line current. I equal to power divided by voltage. Power is 800 kilowatt divided by voltage, that is this. So this comes here how much? 200 ampere. This is the line current. And what is the potential drop? Voltage drop in line, that is what IR. So 200 multiplied by 15, that comes here 3000 volts. This is the drop in line. And line loss, power loss in line, line loss, power loss in line, that is I square R. I means this 200 square into R, this, so that comes here 600 kilowatt. It means here we have to feed, we have to supply here the voltage step up. What is the voltage here? 4. And the secondary we require here 4000 and loss is voltage drop is 3000. So 4000 plus 3000 which means 7000. So this is the step up transformer required here at the generating station. Step up transformer. And what should the power input? There is the output power. There is the loss in line. So 800 plus 600, that is 1400. We are taking here voltage very high, 4000. It is not less. But even that we get loss in line. You can see here the line resistance is 15 ohm and this is the 220 volt, 4000 volt here. The power plant to this, we have to see the line loss, and line loss should be minimum as far as possible. So line current here is, loss is this, so we have to supply the power by the plant at the generating station, that is 1400 kilowatt, and step up transformer is 440 divided by 7000. So this is the step up transformer. Now the same question, but both are NCERT questions, and this type of question generally comes in the board because it is giving you very important application of transformer, that is the transmission. In the previous question, suppose if we increase, we have discussed this question yesterday also, but why we are discussing? Because this is very important. At the same time, the next question, if we are using here 40,000 volt instead of 4,000, we are taking 40,000 volts, then line current will be 20 ampere, and here it will become 300 volts, and here. So these are the changes here. What the line current? Power divided by voltage. Instead of 4000, now we are getting the 40,000 volt. So current reduces to 20 ampere, as you can see on the board also. You can see also. Voltage drop reduces from 3000 to 300 only. This means here we have to use the step up transformer. 40,000 volt required and drop here only 300, so we require here 40,000. And what is the input power? 800 plus 6, so 806 only. 806 only. If you compare both the numericals, in the previous case, the line loss is 43% in previous question when we are using the 4000 volt transmission voltage 4000, but if we require here 40,000 volts, if we increase the 40,000 volts, you just reduce the power loss to very low level, because only 6 kilowatt, percentage wise you can say only 0.74. This is the loss when voltage very high. This is the loss when voltage not so high. It is also high. 4,000 is also high, but 40,000 is quite high. If we say increase further 400 kilowatt, this is the maximum voltage transmission in India. So power loss further reduces to I think 0.1 or 0.2% only. Whereas in Russia, this is 600 kilowatt transmission. 600,000 kilowatt means this 600 into 10 to the power 3. But question is, we cannot increase the voltage indefinitely because it is a risk also. It is dangerous also. Very high voltage is very dangerous. But if we can say reduce the percentage of say accidents. Electrical accidents are very fatal, very dangerous. Fire is there. So up to certain extent, with proper protection, we can increase the voltage. In India, this is the maximum voltage transmission, and this is the in Russia, in the world, 600 kilowatt. So while we are discussing these questions, reason here is it is giving you the picture. Power transmission, electrical power transmission must be at very high voltage as far as possible. Got the point? Got the point here? We want to increase the transmission voltage as far as possible to decrease the losses, to decrease the line current and voltage drop also, so that this, if loss is minimum, this cost of electricity also minimum. Cost is also minimum. Okay. Now, we just note down these both. Yesterday we have noted down this question, but with increased voltage you also note down this also. And percentage loss when voltage is less, very high voltage percentage wise also when voltage is quite high, this voltage power loss is very less. If further increase the voltage, power loss in transmission further reduces. Okay. So just note down this point also. It is very valid point, very important point here. We must increase the voltage. So note down from the board. If you noted down, we will proceed to next question. Any confusion, any question here? You please discuss. There is a question on generator. This question 7. AC generator consists. Should I rub this one? The question 7 here. In AC generator consists of a coil of 50 tons, means N here is 50, N is 50, number of turns in the coil is 50, and area of cross section is 2.5 meter square, rotating an angular speed, that is omega directly given 60, because the unit here is radian per second. In uniform magnetic field, 0.3 Tesla between the two pole pieces, north pole, south pole, and resistance of the coil is how much? That is 500 ohm. This is the resistance of the coil, it's 500 ohms. Now question, first part, what is the maximum current drawn from the generator? Here we know the equation. Can anybody tell the equation of the generation? In generator, what is the equation here? Yes, please, can anybody tell? It is E is equal to E naught sin omega t, and current also I is equal to I naught sin omega t. And the formula of flux here is NAB cos omega t. If you see the phase difference between the flux and the voltage and current, that is 90 degree. How can you say we say 90 degree phase difference? Can anybody tell? Yes, please. Say at any time this is 0. So cos 0 is what? 1, and sin 0 is 0. So if it is 0, flux is 0. This is maximum. Current and voltage maximum, if flux is maximum, then this is minimum, means 0. So because of the phase difference 90 degree, if flux is maximum, current and voltage minimum. If current and voltage maximum, then this is minimum. Just reverse. And because of this, function, cos function, sin function. So what is the maximum value? Maximum value E naught can be written as NAB omega sin omega t, and current NAB omega divided by resistance sin omega t. So this is the maximum current expression, this is the maximum voltage expression. The value of E naught is this NAB omega, and value of current here is NAB omega upon R, where R is the resistance of the coil. So here we have to find out the maximum current. Formula here is E naught by R, So this is the value here. You have put the value in this. I equal to what? NAB, or maximum value is what? NAB omega upon R. So if we are taking the maximum value, NAB omega upon R. Putting all the values here, as you can see, everything is given NAB omega and R. If you put all the values, the current comes here 4.5 ampere. Got this point? And what is I? I is instantaneous current. You can find out the instantaneous current here. I equal to this I naught, where I naught is 4.5 sin omega t. This is the expression of instantaneous current. And flux you can find out NAB naught omega cos omega t. So this way, you put all the values here. NAB maximum value of flux can be found by putting the values here. That comes here 37.5 Weber. Weber is the unit of flux. If flux is maximum, current is minimum. If current is maximum, flux is minimum, 0. It depends on the angle. And we have already discussed this. Phase difference between the two, flux cos function and the voltage and current sine function. So we are getting here the difference because of phase difference. Current and voltage are just opposite in the values because of phase change. The last would generator work if the coil 1 is stationary and instead pole pieces rotated. See this third part, and I want you answer please for third part here. What is third part here? C part. What is generator work if coil were stationary and instead pole pieces rotated? In generator normally coil is rotated, armature is rotated and the pole pieces is stationary. But if the reverse thing is there, if coil is stationary and instead pole pieces rotated, then think about would generator work or not? Yes please, anybody? I want you please answer. The Faraday law, whenever there is a change in the flux linkage, listen again, whenever there is change in the flux linkage, induced EMF develops. If circuit is closed, induced current flows in the circuit. So whether this, say this, suppose this is the coil here and this is the magnet. If you fix the coil and magnet is coming closer, it means flux linkage increases. As this say, north pole lines of force are coming closer, so more and more lines of force are linking with the coil. Suppose you take the reverse case. This magnet is fixed here and coil is coming closer, you are getting the same thing. So if we define again the Faraday law, it is say whenever there is a change in the flux linkage because of, listen, relative motion, because of the relative motion, flux changes, linkage, change in the flux linkage because of the relative motion between the two. Either this is coming closer or this is coming closer, or both are coming closer and going away. Flux will change. It means here, in generator, if coil is stationary and pole pieces are coming closer, as per the Faraday law, flux change must be there. And whatever flux linked here, change must be in the flux linkage. And it is because of the relative motion, and that is why here, if a coil is stationary and pole pieces rotated, even then there is a change in the flux linkage. So induced EMF, induced current develops, flows in the circuit. So answer is yes. Is it clear? So generator will definitely work because even here with this condition, flux change will be there and induced EMF, induced current will be developed here also. Okay, got this point? Clear or not? In question 8, an AC generator consists of 100 tons and cross-sectional area is 3 meters square, rotating at a constant angular speed of 60 in uniform magnetic field. Resistance is here. Maximum current drawn from the generator and maximum power transmission. Maximum current, as in the previous question also, the same question, we can easily find out the maximum current. We can find out the RMS current also. We can find out the instantaneous current also, as in previous case you can see. And maximum power transmission is what? Maximum power transmission means E effective, I effective, or E virtual, or I virtual, or E RMS, I RMS. Because the RMS, the next name or other name is given, say effective value or virtual value. Putting these values, you can find out the power dissipation or power loss also. So generator questions are simple because only single formula is there for power, I square R, VI, V square by R, and current formula, field formula is same. So very simple formulas are there. So if numerical comes on generator, we can easily solve it. Please practice it. I will send more questions for practice. Questions will be approximately similar. Okay? Got this? So coming back to it was a generator and transformer questions are easy, and we have discussed important questions, and other questions are almost similar. Say now something is left here, like say power or energy stored in capacitor and inductor. Energy stored in capacitor, we have already discussed in electrostatics. Energy stored in capacitor, and energy stored in inductor. L, where is C, capacitor. Say suppose this is, I'm just repeating quickly, this is the capacitor, this is the voltage here, this is the current here. So suppose at any moment, B is the voltage, Q is the charge, C is the capacitor here. If you want to give further charge dQ, then we have to do work done. Work done will be what? Work done will be Q into V. Q means dQ. dQ. V is the voltage. If Q is equal to CV, this is the formula. So we want to replace V in terms of Q. So Q is equal to CV, V will be Q by C. Putting the value of V here, the Q by C and dQ, we can integrate from 0 to, say suppose final value Q. Integration is very simple. So this is the energy work done or energy stored. Yes, it is how much? Yes, please. It is Q square by 2. Yes. The integration of, yes. So it is Q square by 2, and this is the limit 0 to Q. This way you can calculate here this. With the help of this formula Q is equal to CV, we can change the form also like this, half CV square or half QV. So this is the energy stored in the capacitor, because we have seen many times this is the derivation. Now in inductor, in inductor. Suppose this is the inductance cell, and we have taken, say, suppose this is applied. See here, this is the voltage developed and this is the voltage applied here. So this and this both are in opposition. Got it? Whether you are giving AC or DC, in all the cases, induced EMF develop as per the Faraday law. As per the Faraday law, this induced EMF develops which opposes the supply voltage. As per the Faraday law, Lenz law, it should oppose, and it is actually opposing. So we can say here, what is the work done? Work done is voltage into current into time. If we are saying the power means VI, and I am writing here EI. EI, and what is E in terms of this? We can write easily. E L di by dt. We are taking the numerical value L di by dt. There is the voltage here. So here, if you multiply this with dt by cross multiplication, or dt cancel out, what done can be written as L I di. Just tell me, this is what? Power. So E is what? L di by dt. As induced law formula is L di by dt. We are ignoring the sign, and minus will become plus also. So here, if we indicate here to find out the total energy stored in inductor, we can have the 0 to maximum value. Suppose maximum value is I naught or I maximum. You can write any, or even I, no problem. So what will be there? The integration I square by 2 and 0 to I naught. So here what done can be stored as energy. So we are getting the formula of energy stored. Energy stored in inductor. Energy stored in inductor. This half L I naught square. See the formula. Energy stored in capacitor. It is called electrical circuit. It is called a magnetic circuit. So energy stored in inductor, that is half Li square, and here half Q square by C. See the difference, because we are using both the things in next discussion, that is LC oscillation. So we are familiar with this. Now come to this. Energy stored in inductor, very simple. Power is equal to EI. E means voltage, and it can be written in the numerical value L di by dt. So dt cancel out. We are simply integrating, getting the final result. So both the formulas of power, energy stored in inductor and capacitor, both are actually very easy. Got it? Both are very easy. Should I rub it? Yes, please note down this one, because we have noted down already this. We have discussed in electrostatics, but you please note down this and just learn it. What is the energy stored in inductor? That is half Li square. Whatever current is there, if maximum current, put the maximum, because limit is there, 0 to I, suppose, then it will be half Li square. I can be less also, I can be more also, I can be maximum also. Got this? On the basis of these two energy, now we are going to discuss a new topic, that is LC oscillation. Why it is called LC oscillation? Reason behind here is the energy, if we store in capacitor by the external battery source. Suppose you remove the battery, then what will happen? Now this capacitor energy is stored in the capacitor. If you connect the inductor here and remove the battery, then, and both are ideal, suppose L and C both are ideal, there is no energy loss. Why I am saying here L and C, if there is no resistance, both are ideal condition. L and C, there is no energy loss. Can you recall your memory? And anybody can tell this why there is no loss in inductor and capacitor? Because in ideal case we have already derived the just before 2 days power average in inductor, that is 0. Power loss in the capacitor also, that is also 0. Just recall your memory, just before 2 days we have derived these relations for power average in one cycle, average power in inductor and capacitor both 0. So suppose we discuss this case LC oscillation. Although time is less, so I will discuss it tomorrow, but I am giving you the idea what we are going to discuss. Here, suppose we are taking the case, this is the capacitor suppose, and this is the battery with say K1 key, and let us say this is the battery we have connected across the capacitor. If we close the key, what will happen? This capacitor will get charged by the battery. After getting the battery capacitor fully charged, we open the key or remove the battery. Remove the battery. And suppose one more key here, that is K2, it is open, it is closed. After getting the fully charged capacitor, we open the key K1 or remove the battery, and it is connected to the inductor. This is the inductor, and minded both are pure. Both are pure inductor. If we close the key, then this capacitor will behave like a battery. This capacitor will behave like a battery. So what will happen? Current will flow in this circuit like this. So energy initially stored in the capacitor now transferred to the magnetic field. Here initially the energy stored in the capacitor, it is half this. This is the energy stored, Q square by 2C. And but this is now discharging through the inductor. So the energy is transferring from capacitor to the inductor, and energy stored in the capacitor is half Li square. After some time, what will happen? This energy of this capacitor becomes 0 and energy in the inductor becomes maximum. Now it is linking with this. So this plate will become positive, this plate will become negative after some time. This is the reverse case here. Because of the current flowing like this clockwise. So again, the energy is stored in the capacitor maximum, energy stored in the inductor is 0. But because it is positive, so what will happen here? The anti-clockwise current flows in the circuit. This way, energy transferring from capacitor to inductor and from inductor to capacitor. In inductor to capacitor, capacitor to inductor. This way, it is called energy oscillating between the two, L and C. It is called LC oscillation. Actually, in LC oscillations, energy is oscillating in the from the inductor field in C capacitor to the magnetic field and vice versa. This way. Loss. Your undamped means there is no loss of energy. It is called undamped oscillation. Suppose resistance is there, then what will happen in each and every cycle? In the resistance, some energy is dissipated. So, in due course of time, all the energy is lost. It is called damped oscillation. So, energy and the time graph will be something like that. In this way, all the energy will be lost in resistance. So, this we'll discuss it